All right, going live a little bit early, so I can see if my microphone and everything is working. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see here. If anybody hops on here, let me know if you can hear me. Got about 1 more minute. Aha, I see I have a couple people on here. If you guys could let me know if you can hear me. It's the first time using this plug-in microphone with my computer, so I just want to make sure that we have everything set up right. So give me a comment and let me know if my audio is good with you guys. And we'll get started in just a second. All right, it is 9:31, so we will go ahead and get started. Good morning. It is Wednesday, so it is time for my solo soap lady chat. Wanted to give you guys an update on Kim. She had her surgery on Monday and everything went well. She is now home resting and everything is going good. So if you want to send her messages, I'm sure she will see them. She'll be checking periodically. We'll go ahead and get started with some basic information about our jewelweed and our poison ivy relief soap. That's what today's soap chat is going to be about. Again, I see there's a few of you watching. If you could let me know if you can hear me okay on this microphone. I have not used it with my computer before. But so poison ivy soap and jewelweed. I had one question sent to me ahead of time, and that was from Garland Lockhart. And he wanted to know if jewelweed soap prevented poison ivy or if it was just good to treat poison ivy after the fact. I did a little bit of research, and science has figured out that yes, jewelweed does work to relieve the symptoms of poison ivy, stinging nettle, that sort of thing, but they don't know why. They can't figure out exactly why it works. So as far as a preventative, there's not any solid scientific advice that it is a good preventative. However, I can give you the experience of the person that we formulated the soap for. We have a friend who cuts grass and he's highly allergic to poison ivy. So every summer when he would go to cut grass, multiple times a year, he would get poison ivy and he would get it really bad. He would have to go to the doctors. and get put on prescription meds to try to get rid of this. So he came to us and asked, was there any way that we could formulate a product that would help him with that? So Kim, being the mad scientist that she is, started doing some research and figured out how to formulate a poison ivy soap that would help prevent and help treat poison ivy. One of the things about our soap that I think is different than a lot of other poison ivy soaps is that we formulated it with our normal soap base. So it feels really good on your skin. A lot of times when you get a soap for a specific purpose, a medical purpose to treat something, it does what it's supposed to do, but it may not feel great. It might leave you feeling dry and maybe a little bit itchy because they're more concerned about what they're treating than how you feel afterwards. So when we formulated the soap, we used a good soap recipe so that when you were done using it, not only were you not itching, but your skin felt decent. We also figured out how to utilize the jewelweed in the soap. Because of the properties of jewelweed, you have to make a tea of the plant in water. So every spring, or not spring, every summer, we will harvest the jewelweed when it's very pulpy and has a lot of juice in the stems. And we use that to boil in distilled water, which will make a tea. Then we strain the plant product out and we freeze it in ice cube trays. So when we go to make the soap, we use that jewelweed tea in place of the water in the soap recipe. We also put camphor in the soap. Camphor is a essential oil that is made from the bark of a tree. We get it in essential oil format from our supplier, and it's very good at relieving pain and itching. So between the camphor, which is good at relieving pain and itching, and the jewelweed, which also has been proven to be anti-inflammatory, antihistamine, and I just found this out last night, antifungal, those things all work together to help relieve not just poison ivy, but also stinging nettle, poison oak, even the itch from mosquito bites. When I was researching last night for this, I found out that jewelweed has been proven to help treat athlete's foot, believe it or not. I had no idea it was an antifungal. So a little bit about the process that we use to make the soap. So this is our poison ivy relief soap. I had a little slideshow that I made up for you, but technology, not sure how to screen share it from the screen that I'm in right now. Had it figured out before I went live, but this looks a little bit different. So jewelweed grows in wet areas. It will generally be growing in the same area as the poison ivy itself. Later in the season, you will see that it has bright orange, yellowy orange flowers on it. But when we go to harvest it, it's before that. Once the flowers start to come onto the plant, some of those juices in the stem aren't there as much anymore, so we harvest before then. Kim has an area on her farm where it's down in the bottoms where there are springs and it's marshy. It grows down there, and then it also grows on my property down by my pond. So we go down there and we cut it when the stems are about pinky size and they're full of the juices that we want that have the medicinal properties. We're not going to use it all right away. So once we've cut it up, we put it in freezer bags and go ahead and freeze it until we need to use it. So we'll harvest a lot at a time, chop it up into little pieces, and throw it in the freezer. Then when we go to use the jewelweed, we will, again, boil it in the water to make a tea, strain the plant product out, and then freeze it into the ice cubes. Then once we've frozen it, when we go to make the soap, that's what we use in place of the water to sprinkle the lye on to make the soap. Again, I had nice little pictures of us doing these things on Kim's property and here, and I'm not quite sure how to screen share. So maybe next time we'll figure out how to do that. Let's see, what else did I want to share with you guys? So the only question that I had online was, would it act as a preventative or would it act afterwards as a treatment? And I think I squirreled on that. When we formulated the soap, after our friend asked us to do that, he started using it every day in the shower as his regular soap. And since he's done that, not only has he not had to treat the poison ivy, but he actually has not gotten poison ivy. So in his experience, it has been a good preventative. So that would be the answer to that question. I have no scientific proof, but for a lot of people we've discussed, it's working really well for a preventative as well as a treatment. And we've gotten great feedback from a lot of people on how quickly it works as a treatment. Not just for poison ivy, but like I said, for stinging nettle, for bug bites, for those sorts of things. Does anybody listening have any other questions other than the one I got online? If so, send them to the comments and I will answer them. Let's see, we talked about how we formulated the soap. So we have a really good formula. We're going to stick with that one for sure. We talked about the uses of jewelweed and of camphor and its different properties, and also where they come from. So yeah, we're really happy with how it's been helping everybody. One of the things as a soap business that we are really proud of is trying to help people solve problems. We do like to make nice smelling soap that looks nice, but our main goal is to help people with the different skin issues that they have. So I'm really glad that it is helping as many people as it is helping out there. Also, don't forget, it's not just for summertime. In the winter, in the fall, when you start cleaning out your flower beds and cutting wood, you have no idea what you're going to brush up against or come in contact with. So it's really good to use then. A couple years ago, we had a bad storm. I had a lot of trees fall in my yard. And when I go out there to cut wood or pick up things, I will come in and wash with the poison ivy soap up to my elbows because I don't know what I brushed up against, and I have not gotten poison ivy or any other issue there. So it's not just good in the summertime, it's good anytime you're out and about in the yard, in the woods, and you think you might have come in contact with something that's going to irritate you. So I don't see any comments. I am assuming that you could hear me this whole time, hopefully. Otherwise, you just get a video of me moving my mouth. Anyway, that's going to be about it on jewelweed. If you have any other questions after you watch this, again, comment and I can answer them for you. A quick little reminder, for the month of August, we are not going to be at any outdoor farmers markets and we won't be doing any soap classes. But the store will be open normal hours, and good. I'm glad you can hear me. I was wondering if I was talking to myself the whole time. You would have been so proud of me. I have a whole little PowerPoint, and yeah, I figured out screen share last night, and guess what? Once you go live, the screen looks different. So I don't see the screen share button. I had pretty pictures and everything. But store will be open normal hours in August. And you can order anytime, 24 hours a day, and I'll get the order out to you as soon as I come in. So, anybody else have any other questions? No? Alrighty. Well, it was good talking to you. Thank you for bearing with me since this is my first time doing this live. Hopefully I made a little bit of sense. And I will talk to you later. Bye.